Hello, greetings. Thank you for joining us tonight's broadcast. Back to my fifth dimension. All right, greetings. For today is you got the download for world building through the Arcturians. Should be interesting. And I touched upon this before in the past, but I can't keep saying the same thing over and over again. But another way of seeing the what's like in a city, look at statues. You see a lot of feline statues, so a lot of bird statues. Look at the statues of course, you might be in an area that doesn't have any, but you can do an internet search of statues in different areas, different felines, different this and that. Kind of gives you an idea of the alien presence that's there. So, it was like, I forgot what was it, Mangdal. I forgot where it was. It was like it was like cat statues everywhere. I forget what it was, but either way, Bangladesh or something. That wasn't right, but either way. So, all right, we're gonna get started real quick. Do a little bit of an update. Of course, it's always the same. FMAvatar.com. Our private sessions throughout the week. We're on a channel. Google Hangout, Zoom, and channeling by phone. Questions are on. It's about 10 days for delivery right now. Same situation here. Other channels and heroes I do recommend, social networking. And awesome, the rabbit is on its way. I might even, I don't know if it's going to be on this weekend, but I might go into the rabbit a little bit. Do a little bit of a run through, we'll see. Or maybe not. See how much energy I have. So, alright, thank you for joining us. Maybe support. So, going to world building, so this might be a accumulation of other beings too, but we'll see how it rolls. Let's see here, one moment. Message from the angels, just believe in yourself. Yes, timelines are coming through. Humanity is shifting a little bit more than it has in the past. The government showing negativity because it kind of trying to hold on to the old vibrations ones. Somebody's here. That wasn't there before. Excuse me. Yeah, somebody was here. I'm not lighting anything. There's nothing burning or anything. So, yeah, probably not gonna like what's coming through. Is the energy I'm getting from that. Or somebody's on too, please. Of course, I just threw me off. Oh, yeah. So that was from the angels. Basically, third dimension is slowly releasing. Obviously, it's being held on through old ideas. So next, we're having new ideas come in, but not, we're kind of setting things up. There's going to be a positive timeline, definitely, but it's a gradual process. You're not going to see it right away. Basically, a more positive timeline. We're technically on a positive timeline, depending on how your version of positive is. If you've ever been to Baltimore recently, it's not very positive there. There's a lot of Anunnaki in Baltimore. There's a lot of crime rate in Baltimore. So there's a lot of agendas going on there. I would say, yeah, something to do with eugenics, which I was not surprised. I was kind of surprised to see that. So, yeah, just a lot of manipulation. It's an experimental town or city. It's not a safe place, that's for sure. And where I'm living is not so great either. So, it's not as bad as there. So, let's see, one moment. So, obviously, we're going to go to a more positive timeline. Less of this negative drama. There's always going to be a form of drama, but it doesn't have to be all this nonsense. It can be, drama. You need some kind of drama to grow. You need something. You can't just be all positive, all light. How do you grow with that? Especially after you come out of a world like this. You can't just go positive right away. You gotta slowly move. So you have to have a form of drama. Drama can be just trying to figure yourself out. And what's your life plan? Just here to figure yourself out. So just here to crack the code of yourself. Which is easier said than done. So what kind of universes are you connected to? How many lifetimes we've had? it's like eventually you'll be able to like see those lifetimes clearly. Like the aliens can tap into it really easily, and we can't. Well, we're getting there. It's a form of another form of healing, basically too. So you can, from getting a lot of those lifetimes to be seen by yourself and for others. Like you can kind of, like you're talking to somebody, you can kind of give them a download of who you are. It comes from your mind to theirs. This is what I'm getting from them. So, and then you kind of see your movie in their mind, which is a lot more fascinating in this world, at least the society. So this world, yes, has a lot of tough lessons that other worlds have difficulties learning. A lot of it is self-love. A lot of it is just trusting itself. It's just taking a loving being from a planet like Palladian or Syrian and throwing him in this world and just ridding it of comfort. What you need to work on. So obviously it's technically known. In the spirit world it's definitely known, but in the alien world it's not always fully known. But they're aware of incarnations, they're aware of preparing this life, but I don't think they're, depending on the alien species, I believe more higher dimensions, they understand how you put a life together. But obviously, when you have a lifetime, I'll just use a Palladian as an example. So you have a Palladian lifetime, you know you're setting, this lifetime is to prepare you for a next lifetime. And you might have an idea, it's like, okay, I have a future lifetime on Earth. I'm choking up. Jeez. I don't normally do that. So, yeah. So you kind of know, it depends on the species, depending on the world, depends on this and that. Jeez. I'm gonna get some water. Jeez. Alright, I'm choking up like a... Jeez. Whoever is here does not want me to say any of this. That normally doesn't happen. Because it throws my last train of thought off also. So I'm getting channel messages if you're wondering what the hell I'm doing. Let's see. So yeah, focusing on colors too, where that color come from. Just your idea system shifts. Instead of talking about politics and what's the movie of the week, it's like where did that tree come from? What color did that? Where did green come from? Where did the ocean's energies come from? Kind of like you're, refocusing your understanding of where everything on this earth came from, and what who seeded it. And that's when you see the alien beings visually, probably in your mind, more in the spotlight, until you get used to the idea of their existence. And over time, it becomes easier and easier as you, taking the mindset and switching it. Obviously, most are not into that yet, and this is kind of a big deal too. That's one reason why I keep getting choked up. So we're kind of going into the higher universities. Not to say this place isn't important, it is. It just has harder tests. It's just hell planet basically, and it is a higher level in a lot of ways. It just might seem like it's low level, but I think it's actually a higher level. It's just it operates at a low level, but it is a higher level. If that makes any sense, because the tests here maybe. They're not, depending on what it is, it's hell. Depending on what the hell you're living. And it's just basically open up the soul. But you go through all this, you've been through all of it, and you still survived it, and then the higher dimension knowledge comes through. So you can take it, and when you realize what you've been through, your library of knowledge is very vast. And this is why people keep incarnating with more problem lifetimes, because you learn so much from it, even if it's a nightmare. It's just you just access so much. You're not going to always see what it is here, because they don't want you to know for obvious reasons. Because they want you to make those mistakes. They want you to try stuff. The more that you do that is of your highest good, of course, even if it is something bad that happens. It comes. It's just your vast knowledge is this because it helps you go into your next incarnation. So okay, you pass this test, this life, your next incarnations open up, and if it's like, okay, I'm going to take everything I learned here and use it here. Doesn't mean you're going to go through hell. But, sometimes you got to go through hell to open up your soul, crack it open, allow knowledge to come out. If you have a comfort lifetime, it's hard to do that. And, so you go through abusive incarnations, you go through abuse of families, whatever it might be, to just break yourself open. And some that have like the high life, they have money, they have, they don't have many problems. Depending on the person, of course. Some are just not everybody's here to learn these things, of course. But some just aren't, they can't handle it. Some of the wealthy can't handle a life in poverty. It depends, but some can. Some can't handle being homeless. They have to have a certain amount of money. So all these little things. Yeah, it's complicated here. That's why you need a spirit world to keep a track of all this shit. We couldn't do it on our own. Fuck, we couldn't do that. Because you have to live it. But in the spirit world, it's all very, complicated little bits, because they know if you go through this, you grow here, etc. etc. So, okay, there are Arcturian connections. I'm kind of going on. Okay, one moment. Greetings, we are Arcturians. With a world like yours, feline energies were necessary. Reptilian also. But Reptilian made itself home a long time ago. The feline came to counteract it, to look in its face, to challenge it. Now, reptilians actually came to this world were not challengers at all. Some might have been, but it was more of those of the light energy. They realized also this earth had a lot of potential, meaning that there's much to explore. Not all beings are here to explore a world like that vast of understanding. Also, Elohim was much involved with it too. So, this world was built for conflict. It is a denser world that was always intended to be, but it's basically be a world unlike anything else. Yes, taking on the universe's problems is basically what this world did. And it had to have an Atlantean incarnation cycle to bring in the human, to perfect it, to take from reptilian, yes, and Syrian and feline. You actually have more feline than you realize. Many are on this reptilian energy. Oh yes, I'm reptilian, this and that. But there's also the feline. The feline doesn't always need to be seen, but many are and some are very bird-like too. Especially when people that sing, they have that kind of, I just want to sing. A lot of that came from the bird incarnations. What birds do? They just want to sing. So, and you think about a humanoid bird, where yes, you have conversations, but some just love to a bird world where this song continues is just a vibration that your world is not used to, but eventually will. Because you do bring those energies of knowledge here, but it's not really, the origins of it aren't that clear. But song does bring people together and opens you up more, as you can see. And also maybe brings you to problems, but also there to solve it. Music plays many different, and there's a Hathor energy there, yes. Basically, the Hathors are sometimes complicated beings where they kind of not necessarily band-aided this earth, but they did bring their vibrations in of assistance to guide it into a new direction of knowledge of sound, basically. How sound is used in many aspects of your planet. Your pyramids can technically vibrationally be moved to another location on your planet. Some alien beings have ability that many do not. But you're here to learn the lessons of the gods. Your alien friends are not necessarily your gods, but you're here to learn lessons that they refused to learn or never understood how to learn. So it opened up other planets and what they're going through. It put them through. This world caused more wars on other planets than any other planet in your universe. This universe is vast, yes, we realize that, but this world has a uniqueness of negativity that most universes have not really handled before. Because most worlds are open to other planets. I mean, you're already talking to your neighbors. This one doesn't have that. Not in the physical sense, no. Astrally, yes, of course. But physically, how many of you are actually talking to somebody in Mars or Pluto or wherever it might be? Not many, or zero, a few, but not your vast majority. So it tells you when the world shuts its off from the neighbors, it's going through a lot of internal tests. And this Mother Earth is going through a lot of tests too. She didn't always know what she wanted, and this is Mother Earth. So why not pull in vibrations from everyone? Now, as Mother Earth's a lot more grounded than she was in the past. She's also here to bring in magic. As you do all connect to magic, but you're just not always ready to pull it out. Some are working on telekinesis, but we say to some of them just to work on themselves. Remove any, hesitation, blockages, but also allow yourself to learn more in a higher dimensional. Basically, you're all going more higher dimensional. Slowly, as you reject your society, heal it. You're not part of the society mental capacities of how much you make, who you're dating, things of that sort, what the politicians say of the day, pop culture. Many of you will release that. And you're feeling a more higher dimensional self come through, because many has been blocked for many reasons. But as your higher dimensional self comes through, third dimension will know more. So, allowing spirit guide energies is fine, of course. But we do recommend just knowing yourself. Your guides will come through when you're ready. You can't have anybody force you, but as you recognize your guides, it's a step of opening yourself and understanding yourself and going to the next level. Because many of you are not incarnating here again. This is it. Your awakening is showing, I don't need this world anymore. Your energies are needed, though. As you're going through awakening, the world needs you. Even if it doesn't recognize you. Even if it calls you names, whatever it might be, it shows you where they are right now. It does not make them you better than them or anything like that. Humanity is going through a self-reflection. It's not always wanting to see what is within it. So we're going to a dawn of a new age. The third dimension isn't fully letting go quite yet. Oh yes, for world building, realize this world, yes, is a piece of other planets and piece of other universes, all rolled into one. Your aliens are very complex, they don't understand this place. It's not supposed to be understood. I mean, because you can get pulled in. And next thing you know, you're on a third dimensional world. You don't know who the hell you are. It does happen. It still happens today. Even if it's a warning signs everywhere, be careful what you do on this planet. Because society does fight back in various levels. So your pieces of other planets are here. Angkor Wat is one. Your pyramids is another one. Your Egypt. Even your Americas. Your America came from a place of capitalism from other planets. Yes, money does exist on other worlds. It brought that knowledge here, warning it from a third dimension perspective. Money on other dimensions, yes, their energy, it's more like vibration. Here's my energy, you can have worlds where it is a coin, it doesn't have to be, but somewhat a physical connection. And this world, I felt like I needed it, was also healing it. So you bring in the third dimension that's a physical reality, but realize also many of you feel that it's releasing, meaning that some of you won't be physical anymore. Now it's going to be some time, but many of you feel that you're already flying like a kite, right? That's going to continue to a point where some of you will disappear from this world, but then reappear. So I think I just went to another dimension, which was the spirit realms. But then you also came back. So that death can be done differently on this world. I mean, you can just disappear. Say, everyone, I'm done with my life. See you later. Of course, you have loved ones that understand, but some of you have to experience things differently. So death on this world is going to be seen differently. How to put your planet together is going to be seen differently. It's just that the monopoly of your planet, the genetics of it. Yes, realize it comes from you, but also from other worlds. Some of you are those other worlds. Some of you say, I contributed to this. I brought that ocean here. I brought those pyramids here. So some of you, yes, have been very ingrained in the planet's energy field. Some of you, when you leave here, feel like Earth is still my home, even if it's a reckless place. Because how much you learn from it. So you're going into a new direction altogether. Just shifting the mind. Now, most mass majority aren't going to be ready for that to an extent, but many of you are adding new energies. You don't want to repeat the future of negativity, apocalyptic futures and anything. You barely have to learn from them. It does not mean you have to experience them. Because that shows, apocalyptic world shows that humanity gone wrong. Humanity lost its way. So apocalypse, now it's warning too. So you have a Mad Max world where it's completely lost itself. Now you're putting the pieces together of your planet. So fragments of other universes are in entertainment and your clothes and everything. The more you see it, that came from another universe, that came from another planet, you're also releasing the programming of your third dimension, as many of you know. And that is key for your soul survival, because souls can get lost because they don't feel like they're being challenged anymore. This world fixes that. So if you had a lifetime as a Palladian, use that for example, there's no challenges incarnate in this world. Oh, I got challenges. So the Archons want to make sure you think this world's normal. Even when it happens, where it treats humanity, with starvation, homelessness, it's got another agenda. So you can go through all the books of different connections there, but this world is lost for a reason. So you can see people get lost deliberately so others can be found. Many of you will realize that. Some of you feel like you've had all these lifetimes of great knowledge. You come here, you don't know what the hell you are, because some of you are not meant to. Now you're meant to find yourself eventually, yes, but sometimes some of you go through challenges so others can learn from you. So there are like runs of a family that go through a lot of negativity while everyone else is living the high life, but the runs are actually healing the family's energy field. They're not willing to go through that, but you are, and that's a big deal. Blessings. All right. Thank you for your support. Blessings.